Let's talk about it. Today we have a 25-year-old with a girlfriend and a child. He decides to quit his job. In this video, we're going to go through the clip and see why he decided to take this risk. And we're going to talk about the overarching topic, which is taking calculated risk in life, when and when not to. With that being said, let's get into the clip.
I just quit my job. I was working there for about 13 months, so a little over a year. And for the past few weeks before, and I literally just quit today, mind you. Today was the day, literally just a few hours ago. Um, but yeah, and I didn't quit the job with like, oh, I have another job in mind. I realized if I want to elevate in my life and get to that next level, I gotta take the risk, man. I'm ready to, be my own boss, work for myself.
I just want to pause it here. I hope this is not, 'cause again, I haven't watched this video. We are watching it together. I hope this does not mesh into one of these. He quit his job to do social media full time.
And this is extremely risky because I'm 25 years old. I have a 2-year-old son who greatly depends on me and his mother. I live in a condo. Rent isn't extremely generous here. It does cost. There's a lot of bills that need to be paid. I have a dog. I have my lady. So it's not the most cheapest situation on the planet. So it is extremely risky. I'm risking everything. I was prepared for the pushback from friends and family, my significant other, anybody who had pushback, which she supports me, and I'm grateful and blessed for that. But I realized, especially as a black male, because I worked at an office job, I worked in a call center, and I busted my ass, man. Like I did everything that my managers asked of me, and then some. I took on a leadership role there. I mean, I did everything, and one thing I realized is when you're in the industry, like working in an office or stuff like that, anything that's not a labor, break your back, Amazon delivery driver, something like that. I don't know. I just feel like management and people in higher positions always look at you with a like a yeah, but because the people in the higher positions, they're all Caucasian. So and I have nothing against it is what it is, but and I don't want to make this like this type of video, but I just realized just as an African American male working in that space, there's no winning.
I want to pause it right here before we go any further. First and foremost, we have to understand. Again, I'm all for taking chances. I'm all for betting on yourself and taking calculated risk. Keyword is calculated. Um, but when you have a girlfriend, more importantly, when you have a child, especially a 2-year-old, and they're counting on this paycheck from this call center to pay the bills for the condo. He didn't mention whether his girlfriend works or not, but it doesn't become life. Once you have a child, life is no longer just about you. It's about the needs of the child, and you have to put the needs of the child and what's best for that child first. So to just up and quit a job with no type of backup, nothing in place, is extremely um, not smart at all, to say the least. Again, we have to move with calculated precision, especially at the time that we're in now. We're seeing mass layoffs across the board. So just to up and quit a job because you want to chase some dream. Again, once you had that child, chasing dreams and all those things have to go on the back burner.
There's not. There's always going to be a question mark, no matter how good you do, no matter how much you outperform and put up the best stats and show up on time and do everything and lead and hold yourself accountable. Anything they ask, overtime, all that. It's always going to be yeah, but and I just didn't like the direction my job was going. It was almost like they were just the more I did, the more they expected, and it's just like yeah, well, and then there's people moving up faster than me, but I'm like, dude, I'm hustling, so. I mean, I've always been kind of a person who always wanted to work for myself, and I have a plan. I'm gonna get into running my own business, and uploading on YouTube, of course. I've always been off and on YouTube, especially on this channel, off and on for several years. As you can probably look back, I've experimented with many forms of content. It's just been hard to keep up with, but I will be uploading quite frequently on this channel, most likely a lot more. Just giving updates and giving my advice and my experiences and my perspective on things, and trying to pass the knowledge, as much knowledge as I have through my experiences and through the things I've went through, to you guys. I've worked a lot of jobs, guys. I've worked.
Well, the first thing that you'll be able to pass on to other people through this video. Again, I'll leave the name of his channel is Chief Keese. I will leave the link in the description below. Is to never quit your job without having some type of backup plan in place, whether that be another job lined up, or you already have some type of connections and you're going to pivot from the job into whatever situation that is, especially when you have a family. The last thing again you want to do is quit your job, which is your main source of income, to do some business. I mean, we're already a couple minutes in. He hasn't mentioned what this business is. He has touched on that he's going to be more frequent on his uploads with YouTube. I mean, one thing I could tell you as a YouTube content creator and someone who is monetized on YouTube, YouTube is a great side income. But if you're quitting your job to do YouTube full time, I would highly not recommend it, because again, YouTube it's not consistent income. It's up and down. You can have great months where you can make really good money, and then you can have other months where you did the same, replicate the same type of content as you did on your best month, and it will not translate via views. And again, your income is going to be totally inconsistent. I will recommend YouTube is great for several people. If you're a teenager, you're 15, 16, 17, 18, or you're still at home and you don't have any real bills, go hard with content creation because you have nothing to lose. Um, Again, if you are going to quit YouTube and you're a little bit older and maybe you have some savings and you have enough of a buffer to give YouTube, at least 6 months to a year of your full attention, and you have a solid plan, then it may work. But again, you're still at the mercy of the algorithm, so you have to keep that in mind.
I mean, you name it, I've done it. Delivery, warehouse, office, HR, call center, janitor. I mean, you name it, pawn shop. I mean, bro, you name it, Walmart. I worked at a freaking Japanese this store called Daiso, an Asian store that sold like random Hello Kitty and Sanrio and a whole bunch of other cool stuff there. I mean, you name it, bro. I worked at.
If you notice, out of all the jobs he listed, there was nothing that really involved any real core skill sets that would make him a necessity to the company, and he wouldn't have to worry about people really, I mean, there is office politics, but when you ever have an actual skill set, it's not about people really liking you. It's, are you able to perform your job at a high level, and are you an essential revenue generator for the company? That's the way you want to position yourself in 2025. Again, he mentioned like pawn shops, Walmart, janitor, call center. Again, nothing wrong with these jobs, but you don't really need a real skill set. So that's why these people can play around with you and have you, taking on all these extra responsibilities, probably lessening the workload of his managers. And literally he has nothing to show for it. Again, 2025 is not about degrees, it's about having a specialized skill set that's in demand in the marketplace. That's how you win.
Had quite a few jobs. So this is being my own boss has always been something I've been interested in. Just because just you get tired of just being devalued and disrespected, and at some point you got to recognize your value and recognize your worth and recognize your potential. But potential is one thing, but you actually have to act on it. You can't just be scared forever. I'm 25, but when you have a kid, it changes your mindset a bit. I'm 25, but I'm living like I'm 35. I feel like I'm a bit older than my mindset feels a bit older right now than maybe compared to some other 25-year-olds that don't have kids because kids does like having a kid does change your mindset. Um, but this is what I'm gonna do. This is an extreme risk, but I'm going all in 100%. Um, you gotta take risks in life, like my guy on TV, FS1, Colin Coward. You gotta take big swings, man, if you want to elevate. And I want to elevate. Just being stagnant, being the bottom, fighting against all the stuff, working for a company just to barely get anywhere. I could work for a company for 5, 10, 15 years just to make a couple bucks more. It's a couple bucks more. It's not. What am I doing here? I'm grinding my ass for. Instead of spending 40 hours a week at a job, I could just use those 40 hours and put into my business what I want to do, my businesses, into my company, into what I want to grow, instead of benefiting someone else. And this is stuff we've all heard before, but the time is now. And I recommend to you, if you've been feeling like, what, 2025, this is my year, I'm gonna take over, I'm going all in. Do it.
Again, we see these type of videos on YouTube time and time again where people come on here and tell you that they quit their job, they're going to boss up, never really with no clear plan or real clear direction on how they're going to get there. And then they encourage other people to quit their job, which I believe is absolutely terrible advice because starting a business, number one, takes proper funding, which a lot of people don't have. Number two, it's going to take time. Even if you have a great idea, you have the proper funding, it still can take years to get your business up to the point where you need it to be, so where you can actually live off of it and it's actually sustainable. So again, you just don't want to up and quit your job um, to go gun ho on a business just because you have a feeling. Again, we have to be very mindful of our feelings and keeping our emotions in check and make sure we're making logical decisions, especially when we have a family.
What are you waiting for, bro? This isn't some success video. This is just me just kind of documenting the journey. And you know, uh, and it is scary. It's very scary, but sometimes you just gotta do what you got. Especially as a man, you gotta follow your gut and do what you think is gonna be best in the long run for yourself, for your family, and just in general. And you want to do what makes you happy. That's what it's all about. Because if you're not happy, then what are you really doing?
Again, um, it's all for being happy and having great mental well-being. But when you choose to, lay down and have a child, that changes the game, and that throws a wrench in the way a lot of things are going to go for your life. It's no longer about you really chasing your happiness. It's about really what's doing, again, like I said in the beginning of the video, what's best for this child, so they can have a stable upbringing, a stable environment, and they can have the best opportunities um, to flourish. Again, like I said, I hope things work out with the business. I mean, we're pretty much 6, 7 minutes into the video. He keeps referring to a business, but not really saying exactly what his plan is with this business, what it is, how he plans to grow and scale the business. But again, like I said, he's 25, and this video should be a learning lesson to younger people to make sure you have to plan your life. Planning and strategizing your life is very important when it comes down to the career you select, it comes down to the partner you choose to be with. These two decisions are going to make or break your life and have a big effect on how you live in your 30s and 40s, and will ultimately decide whether you'll be able to retire or work till you die.
You know, you work at some job, but if you're miserable, that bleeds into your regular life. You're miserable, chances are the people around you are probably gonna be miserable too. So, you know, even if you don't want to leave your job, start working on what you like on the side. I'm not gonna recommend you to leave your job, especially, you don't gotta do what I did, but spend an hour or two a day on your side project, your side business, whether it's, Amazon FBA, FBM, which I'm gonna be getting into, music or, art, whatever it is. Spend an hour or two a day when you come home from work, whatever, put the kids to bed, and just put an hour or two a day into it. You know, open up your computer, open up your laptop, and just do your research and just put yourself in the mindset of just, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put time and effort into this. And eventually it becomes routine. And you know, you start looking forward to, you know, this is the slot, and you just make it a routine, and then it'll start becoming natural. But yeah, this is my journey. This is quite the risk. You know, video one. I haven't made a video like this before, but you know, this the journey starts now, guys. And you guys want to join me, you know, subscribe and keep watching. But I'd like to thank you for watching this video. And you know, whatever you want in your life, whatever you want, you already have it. You just gotta take it. Anything you want in this world, anything you want in this life, money, whatever, it's already yours. It's already yours. You just gotta go take it.
All right, we're going to pause it there. Again, like I said, I will leave the link in the description below for this gentleman's channel. Chief Keese is the name of the channel. Just want to give a quick wrap up before we get out of here. He did give a little bit more practical advice towards the end of this video where he told people you really shouldn't quit your job. You should probably, you know, you have your 9 to 5 and then you have your 6 to 10. It's essentially what he was explaining here. Have something, build something on the side along with your job. You know, again, if you want to do content creation, have your job and do content creation on the side and until you can build it up, until you have some more, you know, stable income or until you have a better proof of concept. Same thing with any type of business. You want to try to do it on the side for as long as possible until you transition away from your job. Because again, like I said, being a business owner is very tough, and we know it's very glamorized, and everybody wants to be a boss and it sounds good for social media, but the day in and day out of being a real business owner, again, you're going to put in a lot more time than a 9 to 5, and you really never get the clock out, especially in the beginning. Um, but that's pretty much the gist of it. I saw this video. I thought it'd be something good to react to. Let me know what you think in the comments below. How do you feel about people, you know, quitting their jobs to chase a dream, especially when they have a family, they have a child or children that's dependent on them financially. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. I look forward to hearing from you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.